Time for the French newspapers now here on France 24. And actually, we're starting off with a story today, aren't we, Florence, that is not directly connected to France, Somalia.
Absolutely. It's on the cover of Le Parisien, La Corne d'Afrique, les vraies causes de la famine. So the Horn of Africa, the real causes of the famine. Now, Le Parisien has a double-page spread on what it calls the worst famine in 60 years. 12 million people are threatened. And according to the article, it says that the international community is slow in getting its act together. And it wonders if people realize just how huge this catastrophe is. And Le Parisien focuses on four main questions regarding this catastrophe. First of all, what are the causes of this main famine? As we said, it's the worst drought in 60 years. Second of all, politically, who's in charge in the region, given that Somalia is politically in chaos? Third of all, it wonders why the international community is dragging its feet and giving so little, because according to the United Nations, $2 billion are needed. Only half of that has been put forward. And fourth of all, it wonders what kind of long-term solutions can be put in place to avoid history repeating itself.
Okay, and another story that you're doing still on an African topic, actually, the left-leaning newspaper Libération, they're having a look at ill-gotten gains.
Absolutely. Here it is on the cover of Libération, bien mal acquis, la France complice. So according to Libération, France is an accomplice in regarding these ill-gotten gains. So just to remind you what ill-gotten gains actually are, it's a term that basically describes goods that are acquired in a dishonest way. So it refers mainly to property such as houses, luxury cars, jewels, etc. Any kind of extravagant spending by African and Arabic leaders while their own countries are struggling in severe poverty. And ill-gotten gains means that they're basically embezzling public state money with these big purchases in France. Now, several NGOs such as Transparency International have filed complaints against leaders for these ill-gotten gains, including yesterday against a Syrian president, Bashar al-Assad. Now, other leaders that are in the sights of investigators are Gabon's Omar Bongo, Libya's Muammar Gaddafi, as well as Tunisia's Ben Ali and Egypt's Mubarak. But Libération says that the French justice system isn't being straight and is dragging its feet. And meanwhile, African and Arabic leaders continue to spend huge amounts of money. Now, and it actually, Libération's editorial is called Hypocrisy, and it says that once again, this is proof of France's ambiguous relationship with its former colonies. Now, that relationship is called La France-Afrique here in France. And according to Libération, though the winds of change are blowing across the continent following the Arabic Spring, France is having a hard time dropping its past reflexes. And if France wants to continue playing an important role in Africa, it needs to stop covering up this what it calls outrageous cases of embezzlement.
Now, quite a few of the papers are also picking up on a purely French story. This one's about a surprise increase in unemployment in June here in France.
Absolutely. We're going to take a look at Les Echos, which is a business daily, and it calls it a cold shower because there'd been a slight drop in unemployment in the spring, but this month the number of job seekers increased by 33,000 people. It's the biggest jump since October 2009, and it's putting a lot of pressure on French President Nicolas Sarkozy. Socialist candidate Martine Aubry said the figures are catastrophic.
You mentioned presidential elections. Francois has an interview with the centralist candidate, Francois Bayrou.
Absolutely. Here he is on the cover of Francois Bayrou. Now, remember, he ran for president in 2002 and in 2007, and he created his own centrist party called the Modem. Now, he says he's going to run in 2012. His main concern is the debt crisis and says that France isn't safe from a Greek scenario.
Too many Francois. And finally, an environmental mystery turning into a bit of a scandal.
Absolutely. Now, this concerns the beaches on the coast of Brittany. They have turned from a hog heaven into a hell for dozens of wild boars. Now, 30 wild boars have been found dead on the shores in recent days. Officials say that they were poisoned from drinking water contaminated by blue-green algae that's swamping the northern shores of Brittany. And local officials and NGOs are calling on full transparency they want autopsies and they want to know why they died. Meanwhile, beaches in the area have been cordoned off because officials are afraid that these pockets of slime could harbor toxic gases that could be lethal for humans.
Hope they can stop it. All right, thank you very much. That's it from us with the French newspapers here on France 24.